So you see that when we do row reduction, right, to find the rank of the matrix, and then we find, okay, how many solutions there are, and then we try to solve it. This is a very tedious method. Okay, you probably have to do many operations to get the rows into a reduced form, right? For example, we performed at least 7 or 8 operations to finally get the rows in a very reduced form, right? So it's tedious, it's long. So we need to find some better methods. Alright, so there are better methods, and in order to get to that, first what we will do is we will see what is a determinant of a matrix. Okay, so determinant is a useful number, right? Okay, so determinant you can only find for a square matrix. Okay, so can only be calculated for a square matrix. You can't calculate determinant for, matrix of some other order. Okay, so the order needs to be, row and column needs to be the same. So that is what a square matrix is. Okay, so let's see an example, and then we will see how a determinant is calculated. So determinant is something like, it's like a useful quantity. Okay, so we will see that it will be used in several places in the following lectures. Alright, when we try to solve for eigenvalues, when we try to solve the equations, when we diagonalize a matrix, these are all places where we will use determinants a lot. So determinant is something that you can calculate. So let's see how to calculate this. Okay, so I have already told you that it can only be calculated for a square matrix. So consider a square matrix. A is equal to A, B, C, D. Alright. For example, so why is this a square matrix? Because the number of rows and number of columns are the same. So the order is 2 cross 2. Okay. So any matrix with order n cross n is a square matrix. Right? I mean, this is pretty intuitive. It looks like a square essentially. There are 4, right? There are 4 elements in total arranged in a square. Alright. So we have to find the determinant. So the way to find the determinant is you take it like this. Okay, so you multiply A into D and then you subtract it from C into D. Okay, alright, so these are your 2 things. So determinant of A is written like this. So you have straight lines within which you write A, so that is called the determinant. So just if you see this symbol, you know for sure that this is the determinant. Okay, is equal to AD minus BC. Alright, so this is how you do for a small matrix which is of order 2 by 2. But how do you do it for a 3 cross 3 matrix, right? For a 3 cross 3 matrix, right, this is also a square matrix. So what do you do? First write down the square matrix. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Okay, you don't have to remember any formulas. You just need to know what is the pattern. So what you should do is you should just assume that this is one row. Okay, from which you will do your operation. So you can choose any row or any column. So now you have chosen this first row, and now what you need to do is you need to see what is for this element, right? So if you consider element A1 now, consider element A1, then what to do, leave this row and leave this column. Okay, leave the row corresponding to A1 and leave the column corresponding to A1. And what is remaining is a square matrix B2, B3, right? So what you do is you have a square matrix A1 and then you have the remaining matrix. Leave the row corresponding to it, leave the column corresponding to it, and you have a square matrix B2, B3, C2, C3. Alright. This is for the first element. Okay, so you have first what you have to do is you have to choose a row or column. So we have chosen the first row. Then in that row you have to choose the elements. Okay, you have to do it for every single element in that row. So for the first element A1, we looked at the element, then we left the row corresponding to it, the column corresponding to it, and then we see what are the other remaining elements after we leave that row and column. So we have a square matrix B2, B3 and C2, C3. We know how to do the determinant for this square matrix. Okay, so we'll do that later. Then what you do, then you go to the next element in that row. Okay, so the next element in that row is A2, and again you have to leave this row, right, and you have to leave the column. Okay, so if you leave this, now because A2 is in the middle, there will be a minus sign. Okay, the plus and minus signs alternate. Okay, so now if you leave the row corresponding to A2 and if you leave the column corresponding to A2, what is remaining is another square matrix which is B1, B3, C1, C3. Okay. Now the next element in that row, right, which is A3. Okay, so you have plus A3. Again I told you the signs alternate. So first we had plus A1, then we had minus A2, then we had plus A3. So we have plus A3 and then we do, again we leave the row corresponding to it, right? So we leave the row corresponding to it, we leave the column corresponding to it, and we are left with a square matrix B1, B2, C1, C2, right? So we have B1, B2, C1, C2. Okay. Alright. Now all we have to do is, we have these three matrices, we have to find the determinants of the 2 by 2 square matrix, right? So this is also of order 2 by 2, this is also of order 2 by 2, also of the order 2 by 2, and we already know how to find the determinant for a square matrix. So determinant for a square matrix would be this and minus that, right? So we have B2 C3 minus C2 B3, right? Then minus A2 we have B1 C3 minus B3 C1, okay? And then for plus A3 we have B1 C2 minus C1 B2, okay? So these are our determinant for a 3 cross 3 matrix. So this is our A. Sometimes it's also written as det A. Okay, sometimes you will also see that determinant A is also written as det A. Alright. So this is our determinant for the 3 cross 3 matrix. So of course if there are numbers here, you can easily calculate what this is, right? You can just put in those numbers and do the calculation and complete it. Finally you will get a number. So let's calculate for a small matrix, right? Let's see if I have an example somewhere where I have done matrix calculation. Okay, so I do have it. So let's calculate for matrix M is equal to 1 0 minus 1 minus 2 3 0 1 minus 3 2. Okay, so this is your matrix M. As you can see that this is of order 3 by 3, right? Number of rows and number of columns are equal, so this is a square matrix. which means you can find the determinant. So what is the determinant of m, right? So det m is equal to, so 1 into 3 0 minus 3 2 minus 0 into minus 2 0 1 2, right? We are leaving the row and the column corresponding to the element. So essentially I have chosen this row. Okay, alright, and then we do minus 1 because it is a minus 1, right? So I'm just doing plus of minus 1, and then we have minus 2 3 1 minus 3. Okay, so this is going to be 1 into 6, right, minus 0 minus 1 into 6 minus 3. So we have 6, and 6 minus 3 is 3, and minus 3, which is 3. Okay, alright. You need to check if I have done the calculation correctly. Okay, so this is your equation. So this is your determinant of m. Alright. Now let's see. Now we have already seen how to calculate determinant of a 2 by 2, 3 by 3. Now, but there should be some pattern, right? So we need to know how to calculate for any determinant of any order, right? So we need to calculate determinant for a matrix, square matrix of any order, right? So what about for an n by n matrix? Okay, so what about an n by n matrix? So determinant of A, what we will do is, okay, let me write down A first, and then it will be easy for you to understand. So A is nothing but A1, A2, A3 and so on up to AN, right? And this is B1, B2, B3, so on up to Bn, and then you have right, so N1, N2, N3 and so on up to Nn. Okay, so this is your matrix. Alright, so what we do is, again we choose a row. Alright, you can choose a row or a column, but the point is that you have to, the first element is always positive, so you always put a plus in front of the first element, and then it just goes on alternating and so on. So this will become minus, and then it will go on alternating. Okay, so if you look at determinant of A, and if you have a matrix which is like this, then the first will be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus and so on, then minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, and so on. Okay, so this will be your row. So what you have to do is, for example, now you choose this first row, right? You choose this row. So now if you look at this first element, so you have plus of A1 into the rest. So you leave the row and column corresponding to it, and then find the determinant of the rest of the square matrix, right? That comes out of it. So you have plus A1, and then you have to do square matrix of this part. Okay. Alright. Then you go to the next term A2, leave that row and that column, and then you have the remaining elements which form a square matrix, and then you have to find the matrix, the determinant corresponding to that smaller square matrix. So similarly, you have to keep going. So you can find a determinant of the matrix of any order, right? It doesn't have to be small. For any order, you follow the same pattern and the same procedure. Okay. Now let's see some facts about determinants. Okay. Now that we know how to calculate them, what are some useful facts? Okay. So first of all, if you multiply a matrix, right? Let's say you have a matrix A. So this is fact number 1. So you have a matrix A which is K into A1, A2, etc. and B1, B2, so on, right? Okay, let's say you have this matrix and there is a K factor multiplying this matrix. So what happens is the matrix itself becomes now basically you multiply this factor K with every element in the matrix. So what you do is K A1, K A2 and so on, K B1, K B2 like that. Okay, so you keep multiplying with every element of the matrix. So ultimately what you do is when you find determinant of A, so if this was A, right, which is nothing but K into B, okay, then what you will see is determinant of A is nothing but K power n times determinant of B. Okay, so if this matrix I am calling it B. Okay, alright. So this is the first fact. Then second, value of the determinant is 0. Okay, so value of the determinant is 0 if any row or any column is 0. Okay, so if any row or any column is 0. So for example, value of 0, 0, 0, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 is 0. Also value of, let's say, A1 0, A2, B1 0, B2, C1 0, C2, this is also 0, right? Here the row is 0, here this particular column is 0. So if any row or any column is 0, the determinant value will become 0. Okay, so that is the first one. So this is, let's call this A. Then B, value of determinant is 0 if any two rows are the same. Okay, so value of determinant is also 0 if any two rows are the same. Alright, so basically we will have if A is A1, A2, A3 and A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, then det A will be 0 because these two rows are same. Okay, then C. Okay, let's go to the next page. So 2c, value of the determinant is 0. Okay, if one row is a multiple of another row. Okay, so what does this mean? So if we have A is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and 2B1, 2B2, 2B3. Okay, then determinant of A will be 0 because this row, so row 3 is nothing but 2 into row 2. So row 3 is a multiple of row 2, right? So in that case determinant of A will be 0. Alright. So this is true for column as well. If one column is a multiple of another column, then also determinant of A will be 0. Okay, alright. And here also it is true for row and column. So if any two columns are the same, then determinant of A will be 0. Okay, so this is true here as well. Okay, then what is the next rule? The next rule is, suppose you have one matrix A1, okay, which is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2, C3. Okay, and you have another matrix with one of the rows interchanged. Alright, so basically interchanging these two rows. So what I'll do is, it will be B1, B2, B3, A1, A2, A3 and C1, C2, C3. Okay, if this is it, then if you see, determinant of A2 is nothing but negative minus of determinant of A1. Okay, so basically what this means is, you can always verify this, right? You can find the determinants and verify it yourself. Alright, and this will be true. So the rule is that if two rows or two columns are interchanged, the determinant of that matrix changes sign. Okay, so this is the rule. Alright. Then 4. The value of a determinant is unchanged if, okay, So there are two ways when the value of determinant will be unchanged. One is if rows and columns are interchanged. Okay, what this means is you make row as a column and column as the row. Okay, this is what it means. You make row becomes column and column becomes row. That's what it means. Okay, so basically what it means is you are taking a transpose. So this interchange of row and column is called a transpose. So essentially if you have A, which is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, then the transpose of A, okay, this is called interchanging of rows and columns, will become, so the row will become column. So you do A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So you interchange this, and then if you see determinant of A will be nothing but determinant of A transpose. So the determinants of these two matrices will be the same. Okay. Again, rows in the determinant will also remain unchanged. Unchanged if we add to one row k times corresponding element of another row. Okay, so similarly for column, so we add to one column k times corresponding element of another column. Okay, so this you can show. So show this, or rather verify this with an example. Okay, so this I want you to verify with an example. Alright. Okay, so let's see how to find a solution, right? So and then I will move to matrix regression. So we wanted to find the rank of a matrix because we wanted to find the solutions, right? So here we have to see how do we find out solution. We can use the determinant value to find solutions. Okay, so let me go to the next page. So if we know that there are n unknowns and n equations in a system of equations and determinant is not equal to 0, then we can use something known as a Cramer's rule. Okay, so if we know that we have a set of n equations with n unknowns, okay, and determinant is not equal to 0, then we can use Cramer's rule to find the solutions. Okay, so what is Cramer's rule, right? We have to see what is Cramer's rule. So let's look at it with an example. So let's say we have this system of two equations. Okay, so a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Okay, so we have to first find determinant of matrix. So let's call M as the matrix a1, b1, a2, b2. Okay, so we have to first find D is equal, let's call D is equal to determinant of M. Alright, so what is D? It's nothing but a1, b1, a2, b2. So this is nothing but So determinant of this matrix is nothing but a1, b2 minus a2, b1. Alright, so this is our determinant. Now the way to find the solutions are, so we have, right, so let's write the equation again. Okay, so our equations were a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. These are our equations, and we have to find solutions for x and y, right? So let's say our determinant was not 0, right? What it means is, let's say our a1, b2 did not cancel out a2, b1, right? Because these are different. So we got some value for the determinant d. Now the way to find x is, what are the coefficients of x? a1 and a2. So these two are the coefficients of x. So what we'll do is, we'll leave out these coefficients, leave this, okay, and we'll do x is equal to, we'll have this c1 and c2, right, which is the value that is equal to for the equation. So we will take c1 and c2 and we will take the remaining value. So remaining is b1 and b2. So remaining is b1, b2. This, so we will find determinant of this equation and divide it by determinant of M. So 1 by d into this. Okay, so this will be our x. Similarly for y, what we'll do is, for y we can do the same thing. So we have a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, equal c1, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. So again we'll do the same thing. So for y, what we'll do is, we'll leave this, okay, leave this, and what we have is, so we have y is equal to 1 by d into determinant of, what is the remaining one? So the remaining is a1, a2 and c1, c2. Okay, these are our remaining ones. Alright, so ultimately what we'll get is, x is equal to 1 by d into c1 b2 minus c2 b1, and we'll have y is equal to 1 by d into 1 by D into A1 C2 minus A2 C1. Okay, so there is a small difference here. You see, what we have done is we left these coefficients of A1 for x. For x, whatever their coefficients was, A1 and A2, we left it, and instead of that we put C1 and C2. Okay, so in the place of A1, A2 in the matrix M, we put C1 and C2. And for y, what we did is we left B1, B2, and instead of the place where we would have put B1, B2, we put C1 and C2. So that is the way to do it. Okay, alright. So these are our solutions. So this is through Cramer's rule. So you can find the solutions of any matrix using the Cramer's rule. Alright. Now I will do one more thing and then I will stop this. So we have another way, there is yet another way to calculate rank. Okay, there is another way to calculate rank of matrix, that is using determinants. So the way to do is step 1, write down the matrix. Step 2, remove any one row or column, okay, and calculate determinant for all possible square submatrices. Okay, you need to calculate determinant for all possible square submatrices. Okay, of course, if it's already a matrix of 2 by 2, then you can just calculate the determinant right away. Right? If it's a square matrix of order 2, then all you have to do is you don't have to remove any row or column. You can just calculate the matrix, the determinant of that matrix directly, and see if the determinant is non-zero. But if you have a matrix which is order of 3 by 3 or more than that, then you have to do this. Then you have to remove any one row or column, and then you will get a submatrix, right? And you have to calculate the determinant for all such possible submatrices by removing the row and column. Okay, and then step 3, after calculating all possible all the determinants for all possible matrices, what you have to do, step 3 is you have to see that rank is nothing but equal to order of largest non-zero determinant. So this is a fairly easy method, right? Because if you remove one row and one column, and suppose you already got something which is you got a determinant, right, which is of order so you got a determinant which is non-zero, right? If you removed one row and one column, then that is enough. Then you don't have to do more, because only if you got zero, for one submatrix, then you have to see whether other submatrices are also zero. But if the first one that you calculate is non-zero, then it means that is the rank. The rank is basically the order of the largest non-zero determinant. Okay, all right. So you have to find out the matrix, the determinant of the full matrix as well, and you have to find out the determinant of all the submatrices as well. So that would be your rank. So then the largest non-zero determinant, order of that would be the rank of the matrix. Alright. So this is a